Hello, everyone. I wanted to make some videos to help you with some of the prerequisite skills. I won't have class time to do a lot of these prerequisites, and part of that is because we expect this to be something that you've seen before. But just in case these are challenging for you, I wanted to give you a place to start. Okay, so the first one I want to go through is this number one. I want you to evaluate the expression 5y minus c when c is 2/9 and y is negative 2/15. Okay, so when we say evaluate, what that means is we are asking you to plug something in and then do all of the arithmetic that's involved to simplify what you have after you plug it in. Okay, so basically we are plugging 2/9 in for C, which is right here, and we'll be plugging in negative 2/15 for Y, which is right here. So when we evaluate this, what we're going to get is 5 times Y, but Y is negative 2/15. And then we're going to subtract from that C, which is 2/9. So we plug 2/9 in for C, negative 2/15 in for Y. Now we have to do the arithmetic. So this is going to be evaluating, or I guess operating with fractions. So let's remember how to do that. So order of operations says that we need to do this multiplication before we do this subtraction. So we got to do the multiplication first. In order to multiply fractions, you multiply straight across. You do not need a common denominator to multiply fractions. So in order to multiply straight across, I need a top and a bottom. So I rewrote 5 as 5/1 to make it a fraction. We'll multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms. So 5 times negative 2, that gives us negative 10 on the top. And then 1 times 15 gives us 15 on the bottom. And then we will subtract from that 2/9. Now, before we do the subtraction, there's some simplification that we can do here. Negative 10/15, that simplifies because a 5 will come out of both the top and the bottom. So if I divide the top by 5, I get negative 2. If I divide the bottom by 5, I get 3. So negative 10/15 is equivalent to negative 2/3. So I just simplified that to make the arithmetic easier from here. Okay, so now we have this simplified. Now we can do the subtraction. I need to do negative 2/3 minus 2/9. In order to subtract fractions, we need a common denominator. So what's our common denominator? What's the smallest thing that both 3 and 9 multiply into? The smallest number that they multiply into is 9. If your brain went straight to 3 times 9, which is 27, that will absolutely work. You can turn them both into 27s. No issues with that at all. Your numbers are just going to be a little bit bigger. All right, so um, in order to get a common denominator of 9, we need to multiply each fraction on top and bottom by what we're missing in the common denominator. So I'm going to slide this equation, this equal sign, over here a little bit to give me room to work. And then in order to get a common denominator, what do I need to multiply this 3 by? To get it up to our common denominator of 9, I need to multiply by 3. So I'm going to multiply by 3 down here to get my common denominator. Whatever you multiply the bottom by, you have to multiply the top as well. So I'm going to multiply negative 2/3 by that 3/3. We end up with 3 times negative 2. That's a negative 6 on top. 3 times 3 is 9 on the bottom. And we have that common denominator of 9. What do I need to multiply 2/9 by? Nothing, right? It already has the common denominator. So I'm going to keep it as is. So that's going to be a minus 2/9. Now these have the same denominator and we can subtract these. Negative 6/9 minus 2/9. You'll subtract those numerators. Negative 6 minus 2 That's -8. And then you keep your common denominator of 9. So overall, that is -8 ninths. All right, so hopefully that helps you just kind of refresh your memory, plugging things in and operating with fractions. In case you were rusty, I just wanted you to have a video to help you out with that one. Hope that helped, and I will see you next time.